I'll probably post this as a response to Gothatfunk's latest video. I really liked it. So I'm not objecting to anything he said, but he did talk about the theist-atheist debate and how we self-identify. And I find that pretty interesting for a number of reasons. And I, for example, am an atheist. And for a long time, I self-identified as an atheist. And lately, I've just been calling myself a non-believer. And, there are personal reasons. It's not that I'm less of an atheist or less than a believer, that there is no God that directs our affairs. But I don't know. I feel more comfortable with non-believer. And the way you yourself label yourself shouldn't be dependent on what other people tell you is politically correct to call yourself. And that's one of the main things I think is important. And the reason I'm bringing that up is that I've been reading a book I read a lot. I read too much. And somebody suggested that I do a book review every week, which I'm considering doing. But the books I read aren't just atheist books. I've just begun, and I haven't finished yet, The Case for God. Yeah, I can hear people out there going, sucking in breath in, disbelief that a non-believer, an atheist, would read such a book. It's by Karen Armstrong. So I got interested in the project of Karen Armstrong's, which is called the Charter for Compassion. And I personally, for example, I'm so picky about words. I don't like the word compassion, which makes me sound horrible. To me, compassion as a word has a lot of religious sounding baggage, which I know may be my hang up. And I haven't done an extensive study of the etymology, the origins of that word. I tend to like things like empathy better, but there are a lot of words you could put in there. Anyway, it's a project of Karen Armstrong's in which she tries to get people to get together on one idea, and that is the golden rule, and to use the golden rule more in the way they treat other human beings. So she actually seems to prefer the negative statement or the negative phrasing of the golden rule, which is one way that it can be done, which is don't do to other people what you wouldn't want them to do to you. But either way you phrase it, the golden rule is, it seems like it's kind of hard to argue with. But I'm so paranoid that, and she's trying to get religious leaders to gather around and cooperate on that. But I wondered if there were any atheists contributing to her project. So I went there to the site itself and I did a search. And there is a section called something like non-affiliated, non-religious, agnostic, atheists, or atheism. And people can express their opinions on the site at that particular point in the site itself. Here is one from somebody I don't know. I assume it's okay to use his words here because I sort of like them a lot, though he does use the word compassion. His name is her name is Alexandra Albin. And this is what she says. Compassion is seeing the other, whomever that might be, in ourselves. It is acknowledging without specific religious, ethnic perspective that we all have shared values, goals of being treated with respect, even if on the surface it may be difficult to see. This may be the case even with an abuser, a terrorist, etc. Clearly, they are lashing out at something. For humanity to evolve beyond the current religious political stalemates stalemate that exists in so many places. We must elevate our perspective in the form of compassion so that we can transform the world we live in. Otherwise, I fear we face a greater risk to our humanity than we are currently experiencing. I like that, and it kind of is a little bit like what Gothatfunk said in his video. Yeah, I do think that we should be doing that more, and I don't think it would hurt us if we did. So, anyway, that's my take on this, and thanks for listening. You guys take care of yourselves. So long.